Yesterday we did a video detailing the Marley, which is the workout we're going to do on Memorial Day at 10 a.m. Well, the Marley is named after Staff Sergeant Brian Marley from the U.S. Army. I've known Brian for a long time. Back in 2007, he actually sold his business so that he could re-enlist and do a tour in Iraq. You know, that upped once he got out. That upped his service to our country for 14 years. Just a great man, and we're going to lead in, and his son Travis is going to tell you some of the great stuff that he's done with his life over the last few years.
I was very fortunate as a kid. My father, he started coaching me in sports from when I was 8 years old. He coached me in baseball, football, and one of the first sports we did together was running. And he'd take me to races, and we did the mini marathon together. And him and I were both very competitive with sports. And he said he ran 3 miles a day, and I'd try to go out there and run 4. And we were just always pushing each other to make each other better. Family was a priority he made. Every Sunday we'd have a family dinner just to get together, just to help out our week. He would do stuff for Mom and sister, surprise Mom with little weekend getaways, make my sister dinner or bring her flowers. Him and I hung out all the time. We did Marley's Row House together, running. We were always very close and tight. He was very close to his brothers. They always played basketball and stuff like that together. We used to do family scavenger hunts where we would take the camera and we'd have a big list of things to find, and all the uncles and their families, we'd spread out and go around Burlington and try to find these objects on the scavenger list. We were just a very close family, and it was very important to him. One of the biggest things my dad taught me also was putting others before yourself. And a couple stories that come to mind is back in November of 2013, Kokomo had a big tornado storm and tore down a bunch of houses. And my dad usually did advertising for his company on the radio, and said that if he could get people donated money, he'd be more than happy to set his grill up and serve those people food. And sure enough, a couple people donated some money, and he was able to buy food and supplies. And the next morning, he set his grill up and made a big pot of chili and served cheeseburgers to all the victims that lost their houses, and to the people that was also helping clean up debris. I thought that was very cool. Him and my Uncle Brent did that. Also, another story that comes to mind is we had a big winter storm in December 2013, and a lot of people couldn't get to work. They were stuck in their houses. It was like the most snow we've had in years. And he put on Facebook if anyone needed a ride to work or need a ride home from work, or they were stuck, that he'd be more than happy to go out there and get them. He drove a Jeep, and that was one of his big pet. He loved his Jeep, so he wanted an excuse to get out there and drive it. And so sure enough, people got a hold of him, and he went out there and picked him up from work or took him to work, and just gave him a lift. And that was something that was very cool about my dad. He always loved giving people a hand, no matter what it was.